All right, welcome back. This is part 8 of Black Lodge Trivia Night's run through Dark Souls Remastered. Last time we, basically made a lot of progress. Some of it was not great. We finished off the Lord souls we needed to collect to, activate the Lord vessel and get to the first kiln where Lord Gwyn awaits. But we figured before we do that, let's take a quick detour into the DLC and start dealing with that. Step 1 was taking care of Artorias. We did that. Step 2 now is making our way... There's 3 bosses, basically. Calamite, Artorias, which we've taken care of, and Manus. So we're going to make our way here through the township of Uasil to make progress on both. But the sad progress that we made is we screwed up the Siegmeyer quest line. I was a little impatient. I did not have the equipment that I needed in order to There's the pendant in action. And we botched it. He got killed in the last fight. We needed to keep him alive at over 50% health, and he died in the fight. There's no going back. There's no reloading his save, unfortunately, so that's it. Still a little bummed out about that, to be honest with you, but there's nothing I can do. I died last time because the chain looks like it's starts to go back, but it's never really clear one way or another, so I got lit up by this mimic. Anyway, there's a million other playthroughs by much more skilled players where you could probably see Siegmeyer, or honestly the way to see it is not from my half-baked playthrough, but from VodiVidia's Prepare to Cry. Basically, that's how you should be looking at a lot of these NPC quest lines. It's the best way to do it. He gives it context, he puts them together really nicely. Can't recommend those enough. And for Siegmeyer, in particular, it's worth... Nope, a little late on that. Yeah, I'd laugh at me too. All right, now we're getting into the... I don't know if they give it a new name or if it's just... I do like how their red eyes stand out as the lights get dimmer. Oops. I feel like there's somebody up top here. So, now in my initial playthroughs, there were a lot of things I struggled with. This particular section was one of them. I didn't have as good a weapon my first time through. I've had the Black Knight Halberd before, but I don't think that was my main weapon. But this room right here always gives me a bit of pause. It's a bit of a gauntlet. I don't know if I have... Because there's there's sorcerers up top, there's sorcerers behind you. These guys swarm you. So one thing you can do is you can just sort of make a break for it and start clearing people out. Because I think you can get to the sorcerer up top and maybe clear that one out and then deal with the ones on the bottom a little easier. I think there were... Nope, I'm not paying attention. The ragdoll physics in Dark Souls is a chef's kiss of ragdoll physics implementation. There's a way to do it, right? Maybe it's further along than I realized, and you got to sort of double back. Let me keep going. But I think you want to clear that room because the key to the blacksmith is there, and that helps you make Calamite a little bit easier. So you definitely want to take care of that at some point. Trying to see if this is the same room. Apologies. All right. I guess we go through here and drop down. Is that a thing? I thought there was only the one. Oh. I did not realize that. Now, I wonder if that's a player message or if it's a developer like, hey, they're not getting it. You know, I might take a little... do you think I'll survive? Let me see if I can survive this. Get behind him at least. Take this one out. I think I've heard people say that these dark sorceries are kind of the most powerful magics in the game, maybe? Are they sorceries? Are they dark pyromancies? I don't know what they are. I feel like there's something I'm missing. There's like a banister you can jump over or something that I haven't done yet. I don't think it's there. I feel like I'm just going back to a place I've already been. Nope. I don't think this is a secret now. Okay. Right, so we can keep going, but there's a few things I've missed here, and I don't want to miss that key. Oops, I guess I better... Yeah, how do I get there? Okay. I think I have some inkling. Because I did drop down behind Sorcerer to kill him, so I've clearly been up there. Here we go. Just never looked back for some reason. Okay. Chain's going forward, so I gotta miss. Try that again. Really good design on those mimics. They're infinitely creepy. They always give you a bit of a jump scare. Sort of the mimic in a way I would picture it in D&D. But it's... Oh, okay. I think I just screwed that up, actually. I think I just backpedaled a little bit. The D&D movie, I think they have a mimic at one point that's sort of, you know, an adequate jump scare, but but these have sort of this sinister, menacing look to them. I think at some point you want to maybe get on the roof here, but let me go down this ladder first. I think this is where we take care of the sorcerer. The crest key. Oh, crap. Crest key might have been what we were coming for. Interesting thing is, at this point, not much further ahead in the level, you can just basically get as many humanities as you want. So it seems it's both makes sense that they're here, and also it becomes a trivial reward. So here's the next shortcut we're trying to unlock. We're a ways from it. Or... Oh, no, this is... Sorry, I thought we had a ways to go, but here we go. Do we have enough for a level? My gut says no, so let's see if we have some souls to spend. Guardian, Soul of Artarius. Yeah, I'm going to burn those. But yeah, we're getting close to the end here. We've got 2 bosses left here. We've got Gwyn left in the main game, and then that's kind of it. Now, granted, you know, like I've said, I've never really... I don't know if I've ever beaten Manus solo. I know there's NPC help you can summon, but... Well, let's just see what we get. So maybe that'll be a huge sticking point. Part of me feels like, well, I should kindle this bonfire, but at the same time, this is not the main one for the boss run, so maybe not. I don't think it's even the main one for... Oh, it might, for Calamite it might be. I think you should come back here, because I think there's like a... At some point... Yeah, okay, the person's here.
Is that not the soul of the man who fell on this spot? He was a dear friend. I wish to pay proper respect with that soul. Would you be willing to part with it?
Yeah.
Thank you. You are very kind. Please take this. I no longer need it. May the Lord guide thee.
Looks a little ominous,
May
but,
the Lord...
you know. But that's okay. Yeah, now that we have the crest key, let's open this up.
A visitor, have we? Thou must be the one who freed Artorius. An old friend he was. Thanks to thee, he left this world with honor intact. And here I am, retired and blind. Of little help to thee, I'm afraid. If thou seekest to explore this domain, be wary of a black dragon. I fear thee no match for this terrible...
So I feel like I've encountered him. I thought that's what... Maybe I need to see him again somewhere?
What good is a dog with no hares to hunt? But I'm lucky to be alive, I suppose. Me? There's very little to be said. What good is...
Okay. I guess we could buy carvings. Great arrows, but okay.
Farewell, human. Lead thy life as thou seest fit.
All right, okay. Let's kindle this bonfire, and I think maybe what we have to do is we have to run down to Calamit's boss area, and then maybe it'll trigger the next step of that. So let's go do that real quick. I really want to spend... Let me pop the Guardian Soul. Hopefully it's only like 10 grand or something. Okay. That way I'm not walking around with too much in my pocket after I level up again. Okay, let's do Calamite really quickly, and then after that, yeah, we'll kindle that. Maybe we can give Calamite a shot after we go through the process here. It's kind of a sinister, kind of a cool outfit. I don't know if it's the right thing to give her the soul or not give her the soul, but what can you do? We came across the bridge. Is this another... Is this an elevator we have not activated, or did we activate this? I feel like we did, and then you go across the bridge to activate that one, so I think we're good. Okay. Alright, so for Calamite, we're going to go down this hill. There's a bunch of dogs down here. Just, keep an eye out for them because you can get swarmed. Couple things to pick up, but eventually, if you're doing a boss run, you can just blow past some of them. They're very quick, as you can see. So again, it's part of my fear with Artorius. That'd be too quick for the Black Knight Halberd. Calamite, that shouldn't be a problem. And because it has that overhead chop, if we have any chance of cutting off its tail, I think that's the best attack to do it. And I think that's why, I mentioned my friend a number of times, I think that's why he liked the catching pole or the lucerne, because they both have an overhead chop. you can use to strike down the tail because it's a little high up. I feel like there's more dogs. Also, what ring am I? Because I don't need the rusted iron ring, I don't think. So let's boost something else. Physical, why not? So I don't know if that's literally all we need to do. We've gotten him flying around. There's two ways down. You can go down the ladder, you can drop down, but if you go... Oh, I think we're going to miss this. I was going to say if you drop down, you can get that bug. There's something in a cave on the other side that's worth getting. There's, you know, a bunch of stuff worth picking up here, but... There we go. All right, now let's kindle that bonfire. Let's check back in with the blacksmith or whatever his job is, and we'll go from there. We need to use a humanity, or we need to use 2, I guess. I wonder if we can use the pendant on the calamite flame. It doesn't seem like that kind of magic, but... She's moved on, but again, I don't remember her NPC quest line at all, so I don't know. Whoops. Now, if I wasn't doing like a 14-pound main weapon, I wonder if I would have stuck with the Ring of Favor and Protection longer, given its slight boost to equipment load with the other perks.
Black dragon posing the duress? Yes, I thought as much. He's called Calamite. Ferocious dragon indeed. Even mighty Anna Londa dared not provoke his ire. I see little good coming from this, but my intent is to persevere to the bitter end.
Oh, I wasn't...
Good, good.
I'll be honest with you, I thought I got a work message on my phone, so I looked away when that last bit of dialogue popped up. But again, most of the time, you want to answer yes, except for the pyromancer who says, hey, you got a problem with magic?
Hunts dragons.
Of course, you get the idea he's actually blind. Oh, he's mentioned being blind. And it's interesting because he's got blood coming out of the eye slits of his helmet. I didn't know if that was part of why he's blind or if it's just generally he has blood on his armor.
Ah, yes. A truer shot was never loosed. That bat will be grounded for a good spell. The rest is in thine hands. I await good tidings. Ah, dragon slaying, knighthood's highest calling. He is an ancient dragon. Sky would know. He will not be put down easily. Dragons shall never be forgotten. We knights fought valiantly, but for every one of them, we lost 70 of our own. Exhilaration, pride, hatred, rage. The dragons teased out our dearest emotions. Thou will understand one day. With our twilight, old thoughts return in great waves of nostalgia. I suspect thou hast taken
I'm just going to burn through his dialogue, make sure we got all of it.
but the dark of the abyss, which swallowed poor Artorias, threatens to devour our entire land of Ullasil. It seems that this dire fate is unavoidable, but seduced by a dark serpent or no, they awoke that thing themselves and drove it mad. One's demise is always one's own making.
So there's a hint that the Kaith or the Kath guy that we were talking to maybe not isn't entirely on the up and up. You know, like he talks people into doing stuff for the Abyss. Like he sort of talked me into it, doing stuff for the Abyss. But, you know, this guy points out, yeah, like even if that's the case, you know, we did the damage.
If thine wish is to succeed poor Artorias and challenge the spread of the dark, then thou must face Manus, father of the Abyss. The dark emanates from Manus himself. Even if this land shall expire, thou may be able to prevent further corrosion. But even so, one day the flames will fade, and only dark will remain, and even a legend such as thyself can do nothing to stop that. Now, do not mistake my words. I cherish my work. Wood carving is a nuanced art. I would have much to talk about with that blacksmith. In truth, how is the old chap, I wonder? Still hammering away, I should hope. Now, do not
Okay.
farewell, human.
So again, I think I mentioned in one of the recordings, I thought I read somewhere that, and maybe this source was wrong, but that this DLC takes place 100 years in the past. But again, it feels really different. I always felt like there was much more time between the two. For some reason, I just assumed thousands of years transpired between this and where we were in the main game. I mean, not that I have any reason not to believe, you know, the lore that I was reading, but just feels like a lot has changed in some ways. Well, let's give Calamite a shot. I don't expect it to go well. So the the guy up in the tower with the great bow is an idea I think that gets revisited somewhat early on in Dark Souls 3. A lot of people don't like Dark Souls 3 because they feel like it's constant fan service. And maybe that's why they prefer Dark Souls 2. That part never bothered me. And I don't know why. Again, maybe it's because in the moment I'm not paying super close attention to the story. I'm just sort of banging out the... Alright, let's see how this goes. Now, he can't fly so much, but he can still do all of his breath attacks. And so a lot of it, again, is staying behind him, watching out for his grab attack. Probably better to, like, Sif, not... Oops, I probably should have rolled the other way. That's actually a good point to get behind him and hit the tail. Nope, can't roll through that, I guess. Didn't have the worst luck just tanking with my shield. I'm having a ton of luck with his tail, though. You get like an onyx sword or something, which I think is a pretty good great sword, but for a while, this was considered like the best dragon fight in the game. I feel like in Elden Ring they got pretty good. Oops. There's one in Dark Souls 2 that I think it's optional, so it's not fair to judge it, but I hate it. It's not fun at all. There's a lot about Dark Souls 2 that I just don't care for. Oops. Whoops. Oh, that was a mistake. Ooh. Classic butt slam. Ooh, okay. Got greedy. But it worked out. There we go. Calamete's down, which leaves Manus. That was close. Because I didn't line up, I guess I had one humanity. Well, no. I didn't line up humanity as a usable option to a usable item to give me a couple extra heals there. So I was in tough shape there. I think this is definitely worth getting. Titanite slab, very nice. If Calamite is in his full form, I don't think you can make a run for it. I think he's too quick and will sort of get you from the air. I think there's a couple items out here. I don't know if it's actually worth making the run, but we'll get them. I think I was saying one of the things about how, like, Fable was a nice 15 to 20 hour run. And I think when this is all said and done, this might land somewhere in that ballpark. And I feel like that is a good number for me now with the Souls game. Elden Ring's a little different. But, like I said, these are relaxing, and it's kind of nice to be able to, have something you could, cat ass in a long weekend or, play a couple hours a night for a couple of weeks and, get through it. Let's go talk to the, hopefully we don't get invaded. I guess at this point it doesn't matter too much, but let's go talk to the blacksmith one last time. I don't know, again, I don't expect people to leave comments and stuff, but I'm curious if people do comment. I was mentioning how, like, Dark Souls 3 borrows the idea of the blacksmith at the tower shooting arrows to help you out. And what people thought of the fan service of Dark Souls 3, which is, again, I think I was saying, like Austin Walker and Bonfireside Chat, they are pretty big fans of Dark Souls 2. And they, for all of the classic bad-mouthing of Dark Souls 2, they'll stand up for them. But I think they both didn't love Dark Souls 3, and I think part of the reason why was the fan service, the callbacks. Maybe it's just that there's so many of them. Maybe it's because it's done without any subtlety or any restraint. Maybe that's the problem. But yeah, it never really bothered me too much. Here we go.
Defeated Calamite.
With your help, brother.
Vigorously played. Lord Gwyn's blessing upon me. That beast will never take to the skies again. Ah, this great bow I shan't need it, but no dragons to hunt. I know not if a human could even operate it. But here, thy need outweighs mine.
All right.
Now, do not mistake my words.
Oh, okay. I think we're done.
Farewell, proud human.
Take care, sir. It's been good. So I think you're getting pretty close to maxing out. And when I say maxing out, hitting the 40 soft cap on vitality. So pretty soon we'll be back to inching toward putting on a shirt or a hat or something of that nature. Let's see, vitality. Is there anything else? Is there a soul of calamite we can use? I don't know if that's a thing, but let's see if there is. I'm not sure what we're looking to get. It's got to be close to 50, if not 50,000 souls a level here. So let's use these, fall just short, and then walk around with way too many souls and go get killed. Oh, there we go. All right, this might work out. Perfect. Okay. All right, let's just run for it. We don't need to fight these guys. We just want to get to this platform. Can we send this back up? Okay. All right, so here's another little gauntlet that's a bit challenging. There's sorcerers on Overwatch, so to speak. You can use the pillars or you can use the pendant. Maybe we can we draw that guy out? Maybe not. I thought there was somebody behind me. Maybe not. Luckily, we can one-shot these guys. That's a huge, huge help. This guy's actually a tough fight. Wait, are we getting... I can't tell if this is an NPC or not. Seems like he fights like a human, but maybe... Did not expect this guy to come this far out, I gotta be honest with you. As part of the failing is my own because I can't quite tell what he's doing. There we go. Again, I don't care how sloppy it is to get by. I just want to get by him. Yeah, was that a PC player? I'm sorry, an actual player, not an NPC? So here we are. Oh, that's a good warning. Yeah, I forgot he comes up on the elevator. We're heading into the deepest parts of Oosiel that have sort of fallen into the abyss. And this, I think, is the boss run bonfire. So let's kindle this one. Let's get it up to 20, right? Why not? See if it'll let me do it again. Reinforce weapon. I think we have enough Titanite to get this up. Twinkling Titanite to get that up. Probably should have done this one too at some point. Didn't realize that was also Twinkling Titanite. Grass Crest is just Titanite shards, so okay. All right. I don't know if it's going to help much, but can't hurt. Get a little light going. And this is it. This is, you know, into the abyss that's sort of sucking in Uuseel. You can see this is where, like, is a really nice touch, the glowing eyes. I think they're actually sorcerers. I think they're protecting a sorcery. Or some of them are sorcerers, at least. So it's truly optional. You can use these pillars as cover. Whoop. All right. Yeah, I think Dark Bead is actually a really good sorcery, or whatever it is, dark magic, if you're going to get them. So again, like Tomb of the Giants, one of the ideas of this that I hate is the darkness. It's not as bad here, though. So what you're seeing there is humanity. Humanity in its... you can also sort of see if you look to the left. Something down there, right? So if you... This is like just pure concentrated humanity. If you... You gotta be careful of these big ones. They can really hurt you. If you put on your golden serpent ring, you will mop up farming humanity. It just drops all over the place. Twin humanities from the big ones sometimes. Just pick up tons of them. But we're not going to do that yet. We want to go over here because we saw, again, something below. And it's the cat again. But it's an illusion. Sort of trying to lure us somewhere. So yeah, the humanity, if you touch it, like it burns you. It's like pure humanity. So you want to make sure you keep a little bit of distance. So again, the cat's guiding you over here to this door, which is a shortcut that you can unlock. So here we are. It's a different way to get to the abyss if you don't want to do that long ramp down. I don't think that ramp down is such a big deal in the end. But I don't know how close we are to Manus from this location. Now, the other thing we want to look out for is a hidden... Yes. Because maybe in this timeline we've, since we defeated Artorias, why can't I not hit this guy? We're not able, maybe he doesn't free Sif. And because of that, Sif is trapped here. I got a little burn there. And so we can free him, I think. I hope. Maybe just find... There we go. Okay, just finding him is enough. So yeah, he might have been hanging out with the Cleansing Great Shield. Let's see what that does. And that helped keep him safe here. Let's see. The Steel Great Shield used by Knight Artorias, who succumbed to the Abyss. Used this to form a barrier to protect his companion Sif. Although this drained the shield, its magic defense remains high. Let's see how high. Magic is 80. It's got better fire lightning stability, but physical's not as good. So I guess we'll stick with the crest. But, it's a good option if you haven't picked up the crest shield. All right, so there's two ways we can go. Maybe this is going to take us back to the original path. Had we not taken the detour. This is the original path. Let's get some light going again. Can't hurt. So that's it. That's the entrance. If you come down here... there's tons of humanity that you can farm. You can actually see those glowing eyes. If you have a bow and arrow and like 300 arrows in the time, I think you can actually take him out from up here. But let's give it a shot. We've had decent luck so far, but first thing... Oh, okay. I was going to say, first thing I should do is clear my items so it's just the pendant and the healing potions, but oh well. Now, in human form, we should be able to summon Sif to help. I don't know if that'll be enough, but... Oops. Just caught looking for a sign. There it is, okay. I'm hoping, if nothing else, it keeps the heat off me a little bit. If I don't get just totally knocked off of the end of the world here. Wow. Okay, so that's a 4. Okay. Can't afford to miss. Just not doing well. It's like if you get caught in it, you can't recover. It seems like that's part of the problem. So it keeps you from being able to block it. Oop. This is what you need the pendant for, and I don't have it. Okay. That was ugly. Although, having not seen this in years, I am a little surprised I got... did I not kindle that up to 20? Let's do it one more time. I'm gonna go human anyway to try and bring in Sif again. Or can I only go up to 15? I thought you could go up to 20 when you get the rite of kindling. Or did I hit the wrong input? That's very possible, actually. Okay, so a couple things we need to do. Let's clear out this, this, and this. And let's do a boss run. The only part that's a little tricky is there's a sorcerer on a ledge you need to watch out for. And we were able to, because we were doing like a side passage, we were able to come up behind him. But if you don't, you want to just sort of hug the wall as you make your way down. And that helps a little bit. Of course, I don't recall where you have to hug the wall, but there he is, okay. Yeah, you just hug the wall, it makes the sorceries hit the terrain, and you should... Oop, I was going to say you should be good to go, but maybe not. Alright, let's skip this. Where's Sif? There you are. Nope. Now I'm caught in it. Okay. All right. Oh, come on. I feel like well, it was a little early maybe. Which is, again, often my problem with dodging attacks. That's what she said, etc., etc. Nope. Come on. This is gonna be bad. Just regrouping a little bit. Healing up. Sif is a very good boy for taking that. There you go. Oh, there we go. Princess Dusk. Nice. 10 humanity. Nice. I feel bad. Does she not... Maybe I go back to Elizabeth? Let's rest at the bonfire, and maybe that'll reset it, and maybe she can talk, or maybe... Okay. Well, I assume we warp out, but I don't know... Where do we want to go? Catacombs? No. Crystal Cave? Duke's Archives? Let's try the Sanctuary Garden. Maybe that's close to Elizabeth. Yeah, I guess it could be worse. Oh, is this guy back? Woof. Ooh. That's a mess. I did not realize that happened. Can you fight him from the doorway? It's the only way I could see being able to pull that off, for me at least. Oh, Sanctuary, that's what we wanted. Okay.
I have awaited thee. Thou hast rescued Princess Dusk and rid us of that terrible primeval human, even halting the spread of the abyss. I salute the grandeur of thine enterprise. Please allow me to express my gratitude. I thank thee, as do we all. I will remember thee, but I will keep thy story to myself. This is the best way, for thou art come from a time far ahead. No one will sing thy praises, but yet thy greatness shall live on, for it shall be my purpose to remember all thou hast done for us.
Let's make sure we've...
Was thine eye glancing hither? Thou needst not hide thy wonder. I am a mushroom, after all.
Okay, I think we've done everything. Let's I don't know where Princess Dusk goes. Let's go over to Artorias' thing real quick, if we can. Hopefully this is the right one. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of a thing where, like, you know, hey, we're not going to tell anybody what really happened here. We're going to let the myth of Artoria sort of hold. You know, sort of like the Dark Knight. It's not the hero we want, but the hero we need, or whatever, the hero we deserve, where we'll let Artorias keep his sort of mythic legend, and that'll be that. Let's go to Firelink Shrine. We blew Siegmeyer's storyline, obviously, in the last session. I don't know if there's any point in... See how much we get for Manus. Is that enough to get a level? Yeah, okay. So, I'm going to warp, if we can really quickly, back to Ash Lake. Or maybe not. Because I was curious what happens with the daughter. You know, when you blow... When you blow it so badly. Now we're looking for... I guess we're going to go to the Abyss. Again, I really thought you could warp to...
What is it? I am your guardian. Go on, state your wish. Very well. Be still.
I really thought you could just warp straight to the, wherever this is. Okay, we don't need to see that. Let's park ourselves here. Okay, so for this we need fire more than magic, I believe. So let's swap that out. Let's see what our rings are going on. We don't, this isn't bad, I guess. We don't need that anymore. Let's get this going. Let's give it a shot. And the secret to all of this is... It's a bit of a slow boss run, I'll admit that. Because there's some distance and you can't really speed by. You don't want to... Let me say this. I don't speed by too much of it because I get jumped from behind and then it's all messed up. The nice thing about here is they just dump crafting material on you now that you're at the end of the game. I guess it's a good thing if you're looking to do New Game Plus. You know, here's a way to get bunches of chunks that you can use to finish off any upgrade you wanted. Or pick up Black Knight weapons or Silver Knight, whatever these weapons are. That you haven't gotten yet. Like the Great Sword or whatever. Again, really cool. It's the kiln of the first flame. This is where, you know, the Age of Light is kept going. Just deal with this guy first. You can see ages of ash have built up, maybe as they've kept this cycle going for too long. Those look like tree branches, obviously. I wonder if this was inside one of those great trees from Ash Lake. Maybe. I don't really know. Now, if we had done Solaire's storyline correctly, I think his summoning sign would be right here. So somehow we didn't get Solaire all the way through. I'm not sure, again, what we might have missed. Just be careful here. There's a giant break in the stairs, so... Yeah, you get white Titanite chunks, red Titanite chunks, regular Titanite chunks. Here's another chance to get the Black Knight Halberd if you didn't get it, I believe. There you go. Got physical damage resistance. I think I'm going to go with fire. Don't need this anymore. So is there anything else we can use to help out here? I think the answer is not really, but maybe. I thought I had stuff to boost my stamina, but maybe not. All right. So yeah, again, the trick to this fight is parrying. If you can parry, 10 times easier than if you can't. Nope, didn't do it. Strong opening. Again, one of the few places I think that has ambient music going. Or at least it did running through those staircase. I mean, it's, I guess, too much to call it ambient music. It was a sound effect. Still can't one-shot these, even with a backstab, which is crazy on some level. So I was definitely a hair late on that opening jump. You can definitely parry that opening leap at you. I was too slow. Because again, as I've said over and over, I'm really not great at Souls games, but I'm absolutely terrible at parrying. The only time I've ever really practiced was specifically to beat Gwen. But it has been years. I wonder if it would have been... I wonder how much more damage I could be doing if I bumped strength up to 50 rather than worrying about stamina or... I don't know. All right, let's see how it goes. Maybe I'll get the parry off this time. Nope. That's a grab attack you gotta watch out for. You can backstab him too. You can use this pillar to get some space. You know what? The problem was I was hitting the wrong... I think I hit the wrong button. To parry. Hit the block button. There we go. Need a little space to heal up. Need space again to heal up. See if I can use a pillar. Turn my back to him like a boss. You can see he sort of stumbles around from the weight of his sword. He's not in full command here. He's definitely weakened. There we go. So in that regard, like if you can consistently parry him, this becomes a very easy fight, and it becomes sort of a fitting, you know, he is a weakened god, you know, he's on his last legs. He is falling apart. And so the fact that you can just take him down is appropriate. So now we got two choices here. Link the Fire, which is you taking his place and keeping the Age of Fire going. Or you can choose the other ending, which I never knew existed until I think I saw a video on it, because I didn't realize you could run... Is this the right way? Might not be the right way. You can run out of the arena down a passage. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to choose the dark ending, if I can find where the dark ending is. This is actually pretty funny. I'm going to end up choosing the light ending because I can't find where I'm supposed to go. Oh, okay, you just leave. Okay.
My lord, bless thy safe return. Let calf and fraft serve your highness. We are here to serve your highness.
So that's interesting. Frampt is also on board now that you're the Dark Lord, or whatever you want to call yourself.
Let the true dark be cast upon the world. Our Lord hath returned.
And there you go. That is Dark Souls Remastered. Not a complete run, not by any stretch a perfect run. It was a total mess. But we did it. As I was saying in one of the things, I don't know what will ever happen with Dark Souls 2. I do not enjoy the act of playing that game. Like the fighting, the mechanics feel weird or off, or something doesn't click. It seems like it focuses too much on blunt weapons, I think, and I'm not a big fan of a mace. But otherwise, this was a lot of fun for me. I hope there was some stuff here that people liked. If you enjoyed watching it, thank you for sticking with it. Again, we appreciate the people that take the time to check out our stuff. We don't take it for granted or take it lightly. Otherwise, I'll get back to Darklands. This is part of why I sort of powered through this, because I want to definitely get back to Darklands. And there will be more actual plays coming. By the time this goes up, we might have just released... what's today? We might have just released our playthrough of Midnight Melodies, which is a solo RPG that Matt and I sort of hack a little bit and run as a typical GM player. It was so good. I hope you check that one out, because we had a blast playing it, and the game itself was just fantastic. Can't recommend it enough. You can go pick it up in itch.io. If you watch the video, the details of where to get it are there in the show notes, and et cetera, et cetera. Otherwise, thanks again. Hope you'll check out our other stuff, our Damn Fine Coffee podcast, where we just tackle RPG topics, or our Bookhouse Boys, where we go into RPG books on our shelves, get into some depth, talk them over, talk about why we like them. If you're here on the YouTube, you've obviously already found where you can watch the stuff, but if you prefer an audio version of the podcasts, just search for Black Lodge Trivia Night wherever you get your podcasts. I know we're on Spotify. And, hopefully give a listen, and hopefully there's something there you enjoy. But again, these Souls games have a really nostalgic, important part of my gaming life. So I'm always happy to go back and visit these games. The storylines themselves induce, some melancholy. I talked about that with the themes and the plot points that they bring up. And and for me in a good way, I enjoy the storytelling, even though it's with a tinge of melancholy. It also brings back memories, because like I said, this is one of the many gaming things that a good friend of mine and I bonded over the course. We knew each other since we were little kids, and he passed away far too soon. So he's always a little bit in the back of my mind when I go through these older Souls games. So thanks again to everyone. This is Black Lodge Trivia Night, and take care.